How do you choose between an oak and a maple hardwood floor? Well, the accepted practice is eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Well, of course it's not eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's about what you want, okay? You have to decide what attributes matter to you. Several differences between oak and maple. Being Ted Cook from Really Cheap Floors, the one that jumps out at me is expense. Maple is not cheap. Oak's not cheap, but maple can get downright expensive. All right, you can look at our Kennedale maple floors from Bruce, first quality. We have a great deal on those on our website, but they're going to start at about $6 a square foot. Okay, you can get an oak floor for maybe 20% less than that. One of the good things about maple is it's the boards are almost all alike. You don't have a lot of variation in color. That just comes from the way God made maple. You don't have a lot of knots in it. So with that high grading yield, you get a lot of long boards in maple. Your average board length is probably longer in maple than any other species. Oak, on the other hand, is made up of a lot more different grades, so you'll see more short boards in oak. Maple is going to be more contemporary or traditional because of that constant color, where an oak floor, certainly in a 1 common or a 2 common cabin grade floor, going to have more contrast in it, a little more rustic looking. Now, you can buy some select hickory floors like our oak plank from Somerset. It's made using select oaks, so you don't get a lot of contrast in those. But honestly, most people, when they don't want a lot of contrast, or when they're buying oak floor, they want a little bit more contrast. Other than that, maple's a little harder than oak. Maple jankas, I think, at a 1620, where a red oak will jank at 1280. White oak is a little harder at 1320. If you're not familiar with the janka score that I'm referring to, you can read a blog on our website about it. But what it does is it gives us a way of comparing the density or the hardness of different woods. You know, if your son decides to run across your floor in his baseball cleats, what's the effect going to be? Well, on a hickory floor like this, it's going to leave less dense than it will a red oak floor because of that higher janka score. Okay. Other differences between maple and oak. Maple's used in a lot of different things, trim and furniture and just numerous things. So pricing for maple can be a little more volatile than oak. Red oak is such a commodity, such a common commodity, that the price is always constant, and it's lower usually than the maple. Maple usually, like I said, will stay around $6, but sometimes there's some shortages and it gets a little pricey. So there is that.